Courtney, thank you and welcome to the 2025 SEC Softball Tournament on the SEC Network, presented by T-Mobile 5G Home Internet. It is the first ever 15-team SEC Softball Tournament. As you heard Courtney say, the 12 and the 13 kick us off with the hometown Dogs of Georgia and the Wildcats of Kentucky. Some big hitters in these lineups. Lexington native Peyton Plotz has had a tremendous power season for UK, but tied for 7th in home runs, and Peyton Plotz on deck is their big bat. Back is 2-2. And a ground ball smoked into left field. The freshman Allie Blum leads off her first SEC tournament.
And make great plays with all the young talent that they have in the field.
Plotz chases one for strike 3, the first out of the game for Lily Backus on a K.
Lauren Borzilleri is a coach's kid. Can play every position out on the field. You can put her anywhere in the lineup. A reliable player for Kentucky.
Borzilleri gets under this one to pretty deep left, but just shy of the warning track for Jaden Goodwin, and the second out.
Pitch that throughout the season has been a little bit too low. That's the spot that he wants it.
Off speed, grounded to first. And the out for Emma Castori will send the Georgia Bulldogs to the plate to the Women's College World Series.
I think he would take that motivation to tell his team. That sounds like something he would tell them.
Good night with a ground ball through the right side. And the super speedy senior is on with a base hit.
Already that curveball looking like it just is falling off the table a little bit too much. Gonna have to bring it up a little bit, but you have to be careful against Georgia's hitters.
Woo. There goes Goodnight, and an easy steal of second. That's her 27th of the year. 54 of the ladder. And a ground ball right back to her. Fall hesitated before going to third. And the throw wasn't caught by Allie Hutchins anyway. Kentucky has struggled defensively this season. Goodwin will try to do damage against the Wildcats. Goodwin squares to bunt. Ellison will take second. No throw. Goodwin, a team leading 10 home runs on the year. Lines a ball hard into right center. On one hop to the base of the wall, Jaden Goodwin slides in with a 2-run double for the first runs of the tournament.
Having her in the 3-hole because she is aggressive. She wants to be up with runners in scoring position. Look at her go down and get that pitch. That is not an easy pitch to barrel up, but you could tell she was looking for it. Slightly stepped across her body, got her barrel there, and picking it up this season in terms of batting average, back to that RBI production, and just about the same number of home runs from that great freshman year.
And a beautiful off-speed pitch by Sarah Hendiges records the first out.
She's been used in relief a lot. I mean, oftentimes not in the first inning, but later in games, very comfortable.
Davis slows her bat down. Another 3-2 changeup. Goodwin will tag and get to third. Not number 2.
It's zone and mix that changeup in any count.
2 down, Emily Digby. Rolls the ball through the left side. He pulls the changeup through the drawn-in infield for an RBI single and a 3-0 lead. In the dirt, Digby reads it well and takes second.
This pitch just ending up in the dirt. Digby, a good read, noticing that it hit the dirt, was easily going to be able to make it into second as soon as she saw it hit the dirt.
So Miller with a ground ball to shortstop. Cassie Reisner throws her out. Georgia's happy to be home and sleeping in this card. 1-2 for Lily Backus. And she strikes out, so she's retired one pitch later.
To be able to use her changeup like that, low and away.
So curveball, they'll tie in, change up low and away. That's the perfect sequence.
For that changeup with her curveball like that.
Right center field, easily tracked down by Goodnight. Couple of strikeouts in a 1-2-3 second.
With a beautiful changeup there by Hendiges again, but teams get to this.
How come she has success with a pitch that slow that she throws that frequently? As this one's looped to third, caught by Hutchins.
This location.
In the first. Goodnight lays down a bunt, and Goodnight is retired. Well done by Borzilleri. Maybe her best work. Certainly in the mix for SEC Coach of the Year. Strike three. Backus drops one in there right at the knees to Emmert. Lily Backus is cruising.
Again, with the changeup. Fourth strikeout of the day for Lily Backus, getting the bottom of the zone. Look at Marissa Miller, that frame job too, getting underneath this pitch, bringing it up just a little bit, sticking it.
3-2 for Donaldson has popped up toward right. That ball lands right on the line. A soft single for the nine-hitter. Bounced it. Donaldson on a dirt ball read. Jumps out there and takes second just ahead of Miller's throw.
And did my curveball again or throw my changeup a little bit more up through the zone?
Ball. She goes back to the changeup and Blum sees it off the plate. Well, that was a really nice sequence. Who's allowed a base hit and a walk to the last two. Big pitch to a big hitter here in the third. And Plotz waits back on it, hits a one-hopper to second, and Georgia will get only the out at second as Ellison feeds Digby.
Locate that same pitch in a different spot and throw it for a strike and see if you can get outs that way. Get them swinging at that changeup again.
On 1-2, a little slow roller to third, and Castori held the bag on the throw from Moore Williams.
Herself has grown, and a true lesson to younger players, he said, and I like this phrase, to work while you wait. Well, her freshman year, she takes that walk. Her freshman year didn't play at all, but still years.
She's on with a leadoff walk as Jaden Goodwin lofts one to left, and Allie Blum's there for the first out. Full team from 2 years ago. Look, by the way, Sarah Gordon here at Georgia. Corby Otis, one of the stars at Florida, both transfers from Louisville. Slow roller to third. Hutchins will get one. And this goes low again. Why not? If you're getting the call, keep peppering it. We'll hear from Rachel Lawson, who's Kentucky Wildcat. 333, 416 on base percentage. 2-2 changeup, a little elevated from Backus, but right into the zone.
Lily Backus has truly mastered that pitch out of her hand.
On the ground, there's a base hit for Hallie Mitchell. The senior coming off a nice weekend against Texas with Kentucky's.
Because they're all just so internal right now.
And Junior Clark flies out to right, front number 2. When you're not performing, it can be hard to be somebody who wants to lead others when you don't feel like you are delivering enough. That ball is smoked to left. That's caught by Goodwin. Ranging into foul ground, and Kentucky still searching for it here.
This really is the house that Lou built, as Sarah Hendiges gets a strikeout.
Being new and right here has really helped with their pregame routine. A lot of priming when it comes to lifting before the game, just better muscle activation, all of the things that Georgia really believes in.
Left field, that is a base hit. Emma Castori waited back beautifully on that changeup as Georgia starts to feel. Freshman who started every game but one for Georgia. Gets her back to that one and lofts it fair inside the line. The pinch runner Mitchell is out at the plate. Cut down by Peyton Plotz from right to keep this a 3-0 game.
Moo Williams gets this outside pitch that is 2 or 3 balls off the plate. I don't even know how she got her barrel to that pitch, but she gets a hit, and Peyton Plotz has Henniges' back as well as Emmert to be able to make the tag. The throw, the movement by Emmert to go grab the ball, and then the tag. What a defensive play by Kentucky, who is not.
Popped up by Goodnight. This could be trouble. It lands in front of a diving Donaldson, and Georgia will get the 4th run. A little bleeder from Dallas Goodnight.
This is a hitter's count, and Dallas Goodnight is looking to hit, but she just gets all kinds of jammed up with the curveball. Hit it basically off of her hands. Great effort by Emery Donaldson. It just had eyes off of the bat that looked like that hit was going to fall, and it did. And with 2 outs, Castori was going to be running.
Ellison, a fielder's choice and a walk. With a chance to really break this open for Georgia. That one gets away, and uh-oh, Georgia's got 2 runners at 3rd, and Goodnight scampers all the way back to 2nd. She got all the way to the bag before.
Okay.
3-2 is down and out, and Ellison with that open stance draws her 2nd walk, and only to Sarah Gordon. The former slapper has become a big-time power threat, and she drills this ball to left for a base hit. That scores 1, and because of the blazing speed of Goodnight, it brings in another. 2 2-run hits in the game for Jaden Goodwin, who can do another double stance.
Both of them, one was pulled to right, and this one she beautifully goes with it to the left side of the field. That is another pitch thrown by Kentucky that is outside, a ball or 2 off the plate, and still Georgia finding ways to get hits off of these pitches. Tony Baldwin challenged them coming into this half of inning. He pulled them together, rallied the troops, gave them some.
There's speed. There are some real ingredients here for Georgia to surprise some people. Back-to-back years in the Super Regionals. And that ball is dropped. Hamilton, who just came into the game to catch, dropped a pop-up right on the plate with Ellison crossing behind her, and 2.
I noticed. Such a tough play. Look, it just seemed like both at the corners and Langdon as well. Nobody called for it and just put it into Carissa Hamilton's hands to make a play, and that's the toughest play for her coming back behind the plate. So there's a little bit of contact there.
Again, that's Tyler Ellison, cutter of this wild 4th inning. And there goes Gordon. And after that ball was in the dirt, another low pitch well read by a Georgia base runner. A wild pitch moves her to 2nd.
And that's what you.
It's been a tough inning for Hamilton behind the plate, who bounced that last throw. And again, came in after ball 1 was thrown by Sydney Langdon. The reason she came in, 8 straight batters have reached. And Digby makes her 2nd out of the inning. Bookend strikeouts, but a whole lot in.
Throwing her pitches exactly where they need to be, but it has been the curveball to right-handed hitters that has set up everything.
That one hit her, so Hamilton reaches to begin the 5th.
Yeah, and that one hit Carissa Hamilton, but Lily back wait until maybe she makes a mistake.
And she makes a mistake with a high changeup. So on the 74 first base side, Castori has room. Out number 1.
In this last inning, or potential last inning.
Plotz goes down swinging. Up the ladder for Backus to get Georgia to the brink of victory.
6.
Porcelaria fly out and a ground out. Swings and lines the ball to center, right at Goodnight. And Goodnight indeed to Kentucky as the Georgia Bulldogs on their home field run rule the Wildcats to open the SEC tournament. Their first run rule win in the tournament in a decade advances Georgia to a tasty matchup with Arkansas tomorrow.
Great start.